Back in Civil Designer, let's go to a project where we'll run a simulation. Going back to the setup, and this time I'm going to go and select the TRH-17 vehicles. Looking at the interlink, and then clicking on Edit to show you the dimensions. You can see because this is a TRH-17 vehicle, the values are grayed out. Looking at the tractor, which would represent the actual truck. Then we're looking at trailer number 1, which would be this section over here. And then looking at trailer number 2, which would be the back trailer. You'll see on the right-hand side, it's also divided into those 3 sections. Take note of the maximum steering angle of 24.4. That is the maximum angle of the truck. If you do go and specify and enforce steering angle limits, if that angle is exceeded, the simulation will be stopped and Civil Designer would present you with a warning. Turning that on. You could go and specify the starting angle, looking at your simulation settings, coordination interval. The smaller your coordination interval, the more accurate the simulation would be, but the longer it takes for the simulation. Be careful not to use too much of a small interval when simulating an articulated vehicle due to the distance between the rear axles and the kingpin. I'm going to use 0.5 meter. Simulation type, you have the option of none. In that case, let's call it a dry run where your steering angle limits will be checked. Looking at the track path, if I go and select the track path, these settings over here will be implemented during the simulation. Track path indicates the position of the wheels of the vehicle and a trailer along its path, which is an awesome indication for positioning of curbs and islands. Alternatively, you have the option of a swept path. The swept path illustrates the amount of space the vehicle and trailers take up during the movement. Let's call it the extremities of the vehicle. So in that case, it would use these settings over here. I'm going to, first of all, do a track path, and I'm going to specify a forward direction. If you select Draw Vehicle at Control Points, it will use the settings on the top right-hand side. That really shows you the vehicle at the beginning, at the end of the simulation, as well as your start and end of curves. Show results after your simulation. That would give you a table as well as a graph indicating the change and the steering angles. I'm going to turn that off for now and then focus in on the cargo point tracking. If I go and select Designer, there's your cargo point indicated by the red circle. As you move your cursor, you can see your horizontal and vertical coordinates update. If I were to go and click somewhere, you'll see that these coordinates are dynamically updated. Alternatively, I could go and put in my own coordinates, and the red point would then dynamically update. You can specify the cargo location point on the tractor, on trailer 1 or trailer 2. And as you go and select the different options, you can see the cyan color update. You can use the old school Civil Designer keyboard shortcuts by pressing M for magnify, D for demagnify, and then also pressing the J for jump. And lastly, you can also go and specify at which speed you'd like the simulation to run at. To save us time, I'll make it 60 kilometers per hour. Take note, we've got the track path, and I've enforced the steering angle limits.